If you want your curries to taste like they do in restaurants, you need to cook like they do. It's as simple as that. It's a completely different approach, but it isn't hard to do. Just take some prep. Real restaurant chicken Madras for four, anyone? Restaurants don't just cook big batches of curries from scratch and hope that people show up. They've adapted, and their secret is this stuff they call curry gravy. It's basically a curried onion soup, kind of bland really, but when the curry gravy hits hot oil, good things happen. Takes about half an hour, but you can make it ahead of time or even freeze it for later. If you get into restaurant style cooking seriously, you can make big batches. I've popped a link to that recipe above. Heat a 3-quart saucepan over medium-low heat. Add 3 tablespoons of oil and a pound or 450 grams of diced yellow onions. Sweat the onions for about 5 minutes, then add 1 teaspoon of chopped ginger and 2 cloves of crushed garlic. Let that cook for another couple minutes and then add 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of coriander, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Give things a few minutes to develop, then add 1/4 cup or 60 milliliters of fresh diced tomatoes. If fresh tomatoes are out of season, use canned instead. Just make sure they don't have basil or other seasonings in them. Tomatoes and salt is all you want to see on the ingredient list. Italian-Indian fusion is not a thing, except Desi pizza. That's the future. You absolutely need to try that. Let that go a couple minutes and then add 4 cups of good quality no sodium chicken stock. And by stock, I mean stock, not nasty pseudo chicken radioactive yellow bouillon cubes. Toss in a couple sprigs of cilantro, bring to a simmer, cover and cook for 20 minutes. Let cool a bit, then puree. Pureeing is what's going to get that silky smooth consistency you enjoy at Indian restaurants. This is the Indian restaurant's secret weapon. Let's make chicken madras. You need a big pan for this, 12 inches, that's important. You want surface area, that will make more sense once you see how this all comes together. I got this one at a restaurant supply store for about 25 bucks. Not pretty, but it works. And at 25 bucks, you don't have to worry about it. Preheat your giant skillet over medium-low heat and add 5 tablespoons of neutral oil. When the oil starts to shimmer, add a 2-inch piece of cinnamon bark. You should see little bubbles forming around it. Let that cook about 15 or 20 seconds and then toss in 2 tablespoons of minced onions. Let that go around a minute or until you start to see the onions start to brown. Brown is not black. There's a difference. Stand back a bit and add 2 tablespoons of preferably homemade garlic ginger paste. When it stops spluttering, turn the heat down to low and add a 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of coriander, a 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric, 2 teaspoons of kashmiri chili powder, add a little hot chili powder if you want some kick, 1 teaspoon of cassia or methi, aka fenugreek leaves, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, and 5 teaspoons of Madras curry powder. Madras curry powder is what defines chicken Madras, so make the effort. It's cheap and it's tasty stuff. It's a prefab spice blend available at pretty much any Indian grocer. Sounds Indian, but it was actually invented and commercialized by the British way back when. It's a pretty complicated blend of spices, so I just buy it instead of making it. I know, shame on me. Give it a good stir to get everything to a zen-like state of spice slurriness and continue cooking for about a minute. This is called blooming spices and it's a fundamental technique in Indian cooking. You are extracting oil-soluble flavor compounds from the spices and into the oil. Skip this step and your chicken madras will impress no one. Seriously. It's also what's going to make your house smell like an Indian restaurant. That isn't anywhere near as good as it sounds, so if you have a good exhaust fan, use it. Add a 1/4 cup or 60 milliliters of passata and stir. Crank the heat at this point. Medium-high is about right. Cook until you start to see the oil separate, somewhere around a minute or so. Add a 6-ounce or 175 milliliter ladle of warm curry gravy. You can full-on crank the heat at this point. This is where the magic happens. This is also where the mess happens. Cook until you start to see little craters forming, around 60 to 90 seconds. Repeat with about 12 ounces or 350 milliliters of curry gravy. It will take a little longer this time, but probably not a full 2 minutes if you're at full blast. Give it a stir every 30 seconds or so, scraping up the edges. Repeat again and let it cook another couple minutes. You want to get to the point where things look a little less saucy than you think they should be. Might seem counterintuitive, but the juices from the chicken will fix that. Add 1.5 pounds or 680 grams of boneless, skinless chicken thighs cut into big bite-sized pieces, bring to a gentle simmer, and cover. Cook for about 10 minutes, then flip each piece. Restaurants pre-cook their chicken to make things faster. You can do this too, but you lose the juices from the chicken, and juices equal flavor, so I try to get them into my dishes whenever I can. Recover the pan and cook until the chicken reaches an internal temperature of about 170 Fahrenheit or 76 Celsius, another 4 to 5 minutes. Just a couple finishing touches brings this chicken madras home. 2 tablespoons of coconut milk for a hint of creaminess and 2 to 3 teaspoons of tamarind paste, not concentrate, for acid and tang. If you don't want to source tamarind paste, you can substitute the juice of a 1/4 lemon and a few dashes of Worcestershire sauce. Not quite the same, but it works. I like to garnish with a little bit of cilantro and fried shallots. The shallots are optional, but I like fried shallots everywhere I can find a home for them. This is a saucy curry, so you're going to want to make sure you have rice or naan to mop all that goodness up. Or you could eat it like soup. I'm kidding, but I'm thinking maybe that isn't the worst idea I've ever had. Chicken Madras restaurant style. If you want tender chicken in a lush, flavorful sauce, this one is definitely worth a try. You know what else has a lush, flavorful sauce? Chicken tikka masala, that's what. Check out this video if that sounds good. And remember, life's too short for bad food.